Someone is pounding on my car window like it's an emergency. And for half a second I think, stupidly, that maybe they finally realized this is insane. The parking lot floodlight throws harsh white across the windshield, and I blink up from my hoodie like I'm waking from a bad nap. Neck stiff, legs cramped, salt in my hair from the beach shower I never got to take. The knuckles keep hitting the glass. Bam, bam, bam. I shove the blanket off my lap and sit up, and there's my mother's face floating in the window like a ghost in LED lighting. Tight smile, annoyed eyes. Lipstick still perfect, because of course it is. Behind her, my sister Talia stands barefoot in the gravel, laughing into her hand like I'm a clip she can't wait to tell later. My dad is a shadow behind them, arms folded, already irritated. Mum mouths, open, like I'm the one being difficult. I crack the window an inch and the cold night air slices in. What? My voice is rough. I can taste stale car air and shame. Mum leans in, voice too bright, like she's trying to make it sound normal. The concierge saw you, she whispers. He's asking questions. Why are you sleeping in the car? She says it like I'm doing it for fun, like I'm quirky, like I'm not out here because they decided I am the expandable one. Talia snorts. Tell him you love camping, she says, and my dad actually chuckles. A real chuckle. My stomach twists so hard it feels physical. I look past them toward the resort entrance. Warm lights, glass doors, people in linen walking around with key cards and cocktails. The sound of waves is somewhere beyond the buildings, soft and mocking. My mother follows my eyes and her smile drops. Maya, she hisses, don't make a scene. I blink at her. I'm not making a scene. I'm literally in a car. Dad steps forward, voice low and threatening in that way that's meant to make you shrink. You need to get up and come inside. Now. If someone reports this, it's going to look bad. Look bad for who? I hear myself ask, and the words come out sharper than I meant. My throat burns. Talia's laugh stops. Mum's eyes narrow like I've insulted her. Dad's jaw tightens. They're not worried about me freezing in a car. They're worried about their image. A door opens behind them, and a man in a resort blazer approaches with that polite concern people have when they're trying not to accuse you of being homeless on private property. Ma'am, he says softly, looking at my mother first, because she's the one dressed like she belongs. Is everything all right here? My mother jumps in instantly, smiling wide. Yes, of course, she chirps. My daughter is just... She insisted on staying out here because she gets carsick in hotels. She laughs like it's a cute family quirk. You know how young people are. The man's eyes flick to me. He sees my pillow shoved against the door, my shoes off, the condensation on the windows, the blanket. His face shifts, just slightly, into something like concern, then professionalism again. We do have policies about overnight parking, he says, careful. If you're a guest, we can arrange. I'm not a guest, I say before I can stop myself. Mum's head snaps toward me so fast I can feel the heat off her. Maya, she warns through her teeth, still smiling at the concierge. Don't. My phone, forgotten in the cup holder, buzzes once. Then again. Not one of my friends. The family group chat, the one they only use when they need to coordinate how to blame me. Talia's phone lights up too, and she glances down, eyes widening in delight. Oh my God, she whispers, and she tilts her screen toward Mum like she's showing her a funny meme. Mum reads it, and her face drains, because someone, of course someone, has already posted a photo, a blurry shot through the windshield from the balcony above. Me curled in the driver's seat under a blanket, hair a mess, face half hidden. The caption in the group chat is from my cousin Jessa. "Why is Maya sleeping in the car?" Followed by 30 shocked emojis, and then, from my aunt, "This is disgusting." Dad's phone starts ringing in his pocket. Mum's starts too. It's not concern. It's panic. It's damage control. And right there, under the floodlight, with a concierge watching, with my family hovering like they're trying to physically push me back into being small, I feel something in me click into place. Not rage. Not tears. Something colder. Something clear. I push the car door open and step out into the night air. My legs ache from being folded up, but I stand anyway. I look at the concierge and I say calmly, "Can you point me to the nearest hotel desk?" Mum grabs my wrist, hard. "What are you doing?" she snaps, smile gone now, eyes bright with anger. "Don't you dare embarrass us." I look down at her hand on me, then I look at her face. "You already did," I say quietly, and I peel her fingers off like I'm removing something sticky. Then I walk past them toward the lights. 5 minutes later, I'm standing in a marble lobby that smells like citrus and money, and the woman at the desk is blinking at my screen as I slide my card across the counter. "So you'd like the penthouse suite," she repeats, like she thinks I misread a decimal. "Yes," I say, and my voice is steady, even though my hands feel numb. "For tonight, and tomorrow, and the rest of the trip." Behind me, the lobby doors slam open, and the sound of my family spills in. Heels, angry whispers. My mother saying my name like it's an accusation. Talia is filming. I can hear her. I can hear the little tinny audio of her phone capturing my life like entertainment. "Maya," Mum hisses, marching up to the desk like she's about to speak to a manager about me. "What is this? What are you doing?" The receptionist's eyes flick between us, polite smile wobbling. The concierge from outside appears again, hovering like he's ready to intervene if this turns into something worse. My phone buzzes again, and this time, it's not the family group chat. It's a DM request from someone I don't know. Probably someone who saw the balcony photo in a local Facebook group already. "Are you okay? Blink twice if you need help." Another message pops in from my friend Kira. "Where are you? I just saw a post." I don't answer. I don't explain. I just watch the receptionist type my name into the system, watch her printer spit out a key packet, watch her place it gently on the counter like it's fragile. Dad leans in close behind me, voice low and furious. "You think you're better than us now?" he growls. I don't turn around. I pick up the key packet, and I look at the receptionist. "Please make a note," I say, calm as glass, "that no one is to be given access to my room. No extra keys. No room number shared. No exceptions." My mother makes a sound like I've stabbed her. "Maya, we're your family." I finally turn and look at all of them. Mum, Dad, Talia with her phone up. My brother Luke lingering behind like he wants to pretend he's neutral. But he's still here for the drama. Their faces are lit by chandelier light now instead of floodlight, but it's the same expression. Outrage that I'm not swallowing it. "I'm done sleeping in cars," I say, and then I walk away with my key packet in my hand, while my family stands in the lobby, yelling like they can shout me back into my old role. To understand why this feels unreal, you need to know what my family was saying about me before tonight. I've been the easy one my whole life, not because I'm actually easy, because I learned early that when you're the one who doesn't explode, People assume you can absorb anything. My parents had this running joke about me, how I'm low maintenance, how I don't need much, how I'm fine with anything. They'd say it like praise, but it always meant the same thing. You don't get to have needs that inconvenience us. Talia was the star, the loud one, the sensitive one, which in my house meant everyone tiptoed around her moods. Luke was the hard worker, even when he wasn't. I was the one who could be counted on to help, to compromise, to take the smaller portion and smile about it. Family trips were where the hierarchy became a sport. When we were kids, it was little things. Me sitting on the hump seat in the back because you're smaller. Me sharing a bed with cousins while Talia got her own because she can't sleep if she's uncomfortable. If I complained, Mum would give me that warning look like I was ruining the vibe. Dad would say, "Don't be dramatic." Talia would roll her eyes and say, "Oh my God, she's doing it again." By the time I was in my 20s, it turned into money. Who got what? Who deserved what? Who was struggling, and therefore entitled to more? Every time I hit a milestone, graduated, got promoted, moved out, my parents acted like it was expected, like it didn't count. But every time Luke had a setback, it was a crisis we all had to revolve around. Every time Talia wanted something, it became a family mission. I've lost count of how many times I've been told some version of, "You'll be fine." It sounds comforting if you say it right. In my family, it was a dismissal, a way to justify giving me less. 2 summers ago, we did a budget beach trip. My parents rented a house and somehow miscounted the bedrooms. There were 9 people and 3 rooms. They looked at me like the answer was obvious. "You can take the lounge," Mum said, not asked. Declared. Talia wrinkled her nose and said, "No. She'll snore." Luke laughed. Everyone laughed. I slept on the lounge with a towel as a blanket and woke up with my neck locked, and when I tried to stretch, Dad said, "Stop making noise." After that trip, I promised myself I wouldn't do it again. Not dramatically, just privately. I started saying no to certain gatherings. I started driving separately. I started booking my own accommodation sometimes, and pretending it was about work calls, because that was the only excuse my family respected. They'd mock me for it, but at least I wasn't trapped. This trip, the one we're on now, was supposed to be different. It was my dad's big idea for a fresh start. He'd been trying to smooth over months of tension because my grandmother had been sick, and everyone was sniping at each other in that way families do when they're scared and refuse to admit it. Dad said, "Let's go to the coast, all of us, like old times." Mum did her soft voice on the phone. "It'll be nice, Maya. We want you there." I should have recognized the trap in the word want. My family doesn't want me there. They want the version of me that makes things easier. The bookings were handled by Talia, because of course they were. She loves being in charge when it doesn't cost her anything. She sent a screenshot of the resort confirmation into the group chat with a bunch of beach emojis and "can't wait," and everyone reacted with hearts. I asked, in the chat, "What room am I in?" because I've learned to ask in writing, where they can't pretend later that it wasn't said. Talia replied, "We'll sort it when we get there, LOL." That should have been my cue to bail. Instead, I told myself I was overreacting. I told myself it would be embarrassing to pull out last minute. I told myself I could handle a couple nights of discomfort. I told myself all the old lies that keep you in the cycle. We arrived this afternoon. The lobby is packed with families in sandy clothes, kids dripping water, couples checking in with that holiday glow. Talia is filming everything for her story. Luke is carrying one bag and acting like he's doing a charity. Mum is already complaining about the heat. Dad is doing that fake friendly thing he does with staff, calling the receptionist mate like he's easygoing. Then the receptionist says, "Okay, we have one booking, a 2-bedroom suite with a sofa bed." I blink. One booking. One suite. Not multiple rooms. Not even the pretend effort of one extra. Mum doesn't blink at all. She just says, "Perfect," like she expected it. Talia turns to me, smiling wide. "You can take the car if you don't want the sofa," she says brightly, like she's offering me options at a buffet. I laugh once because my brain thinks she must be joking. "What?" Dad sighs like I'm already being difficult. "Don't start," he says. Mum leans in, low voice. "It's just for sleeping, Maya. Stop making everything a big deal." She gestures toward the ocean outside, like I should be grateful for the view. Luke grins. "You always said you liked road trips," he says, and Talia cackles like he's a comedian. I stand there with my suitcase handle in my hand and feel the old humiliation rise up hot. I can see the receptionist's eyes flicker. I can see other guests hearing pieces of it. I can feel my cheeks burning. I say quietly, "I'm not sleeping in the car." Mum's smile tightens. "Don't be dramatic." Dad's voice goes harder. "Then sleep on the sofa bed. Stop acting like we're abusing you." Talia tilts her head, fake sympathy. "It's not that serious," she says. And then, because she can't help herself, she adds, "You're lucky you're even invited. You've been so distant lately." That line hits because it's the family narrative. If I pull back to protect myself, I'm cold. If I stay, I'm expected to suffer quietly. There is no version where I'm treated well. There is only the version where I make it easy. I did take the sofa bed. For a few hours. I tried. I sat on it while they unpacked, while Talia claimed the better bedroom, while Mum complained about the towels, and Dad demanded the TV remote. I watched Luke sprawl out like he owned the place. I listened to them talk about dinner plans that didn't include asking me what I wanted. And then, around 10 p.m., Talia said casually, "Oh, by the way, you can't use the bathroom after midnight because I don't want you waking me up." I stared at her. "What?" She shrugged. "I'm a light sleeper." Mum nodded like it made sense. Dad didn't look up from the TV. Luke laughed and said, "Just go before bed, problem solved." That's when I grabbed my bag and walked out. I didn't announce it. I didn't fight. I just left the suite and went down to my car in the parking lot because I didn't know what else to do at that hour. I sat in the driver's seat with my hands on the wheel, staring at the dark ocean beyond the buildings, trying not to cry, because crying always makes me feel like I've lost. I told myself I'd figure it out in the morning. Maybe book somewhere else. Maybe drive home early and let them call me ungrateful. But I didn't even make it to morning before the concierge saw me, and the family group chat caught fire, and my parents suddenly cared, not about my comfort, but about how it looked. And now, here we are, me in a penthouse suite next door, keys in my pocket, my family acting like I committed a crime by refusing to be the sacrificial extra bed. The first time I step into the penthouse, it almost makes me laugh, because it's so ridiculous compared to the car. Clean white sheets, floor-to-ceiling windows, a balcony with a view of the water like a postcard, a bathroom bigger than my childhood bedroom. The air conditioning hums softly. The silence is thick and safe. I drop my bag on the floor and just stand there for a second, breathing. Not because it's luxury, because it's locked. Because nobody is going to tell me when I can use the bathroom. Nobody is going to film me and laugh. Nobody is going to shove me into a corner and call it fine. My phone starts vibrating again. Of course it does. And I see the group chat still exploding. Mum, come back right now. Dad, you're humiliating us. Talia, Elmo, are you serious? Luke, stop being petty. Aunties, this is family, don't do this. Cousin Jessa, honestly good for you. Then someone posts another photo, this time of me at the new front desk holding a key packet, and the caption is, "She got a penthouse?" Talia calls. I decline. Mum calls. I decline. Dad calls. I decline. My hands shake a little, but I keep declining. Each one feels like ripping off a tiny hook. Then there's a knock at my door. I freeze. For half a second, I'm back in the car, back in the suite, back in that feeling of being cornered. The knock comes again, firmer. I walk to the door and check the peephole. It's Talia. Of course it's Talia. Hair brushed, makeup still on, phone in her hand like a weapon. Luke stands behind her, pretending he's not enjoying this. Mum is there too, arms folded, face tight with fury. I don't open the door. I speak through it. Go away. Talia laughs. Open up, she sings. We just want to talk. Talk through the door, I say. Luke's voice comes next, annoyed. Maya, stop. You're being ridiculous. Mum cuts in, sharp. You think you can just abandon your family and live like a princess next door? I lean my forehead against the door for a second, eyes closed. My heart is pounding. I can feel the old urge to open it, to make it better, to apologize for wanting basic dignity. Instead, I say, I wanted a bed. You made me sleep in a car. There's a pause. Then Mum does the thing she always does. She rewrites reality mid-sentence. We did not make you, she snaps. You chose to be dramatic. Talia laughs again, and I can hear her phone camera start recording. Say it again, she says, delighted. Say you slept in the car because we were so mean. That's when something in me goes completely still. I pull my phone out, not to argue, not to beg. I open the group chat. I scroll up to my message from earlier. What room am I in? And Talia's reply. We'll sort it when we get there, LOL. I screenshot it. Then I scroll to the part where she suggested I take the car. I screenshot that too. Then I scroll to Luke's. You're lucky you're invited. Screenshot. I post all 3 screenshots into the group chat with one sentence. Stop lying. Here's what you said. Typing bubbles explode. Messages come in so fast they overlap. Why would you post that? Delete. You're making us look bad. This is private. You're so bitter. Jessa replies, so she really did tell you to sleep in the car? Then my aunt, the one who always plays peacemaker until it's inconvenient, writes, I'm sorry, Maya. That's not okay. I can almost hear my mother's brain recalculating in real time behind the door. The story is slipping out of her control. Dad's voice suddenly booms from the hallway. He must have walked over from the other building. Open this door, he shouts, and I hear guests in nearby rooms stir. Doors creaking, whispers. My stomach flips, but I don't move. I call the front desk instead, not yelling, not crying, just calm. Hi, I say. I have family outside my room refusing to leave. Can you please send security? There's a beat of silence. Then the receptionist's voice goes professional and firm. Of course. Stay inside. We'll handle it. I hang up and put my phone down on the console table, like it weighs 100 kilos. Outside, Talia is still talking, still recording. "Maya," she sings again, and now she's angry under the sweetness. "You're going to regret this." I open the door just enough to slide my face into the gap, not wide enough for them to push in. Their eyes prove I was right to do it that way. "This is the last thing I'm saying," I tell them, voice steady. "You don't get to treat me like overflow, and then demand access to what I book for myself." Mum's eyes shine with fury. "You're so selfish." "Maybe," I say, and my pulse is loud in my ears, "but I'm sleeping in a bed tonight." Luke scoffs. "You always do this. You make everything about you." I look him dead in the face. "You made me sleep in a car," I repeat, and the simplicity of it seems to punch through even his arrogance for half a second. Talia lifts her phone higher. "Say it louder," she smirks, trying to bait me into a viral moment where I look hysterical. I smile at her, small, controlled, and I say, "I hope you post it." Her smile slips, just a flicker, because she realizes, finally, that if she posts it, she posts herself. The screenshots are already in the chat. The lie won't hold. Security arrives 2 minutes later. A man in a suit speaks calmly but firmly. "Ma'am, sir, you need to return to your room," he says. "You cannot harass guests." Mum sputters. "We're her family." Security doesn't care. That's the best part. Security doesn't care about my family's hierarchy. He cares about policy. They leave in a storm of muttered insults and wounded pride. Talia keeps filming until the security guard looks straight at her, and she lowers the phone like she's been caught stealing. When the hallway finally goes quiet, my whole body shakes once, like a dog after rain. I lock the door. I double lock it. Then I walk out onto the balcony barefoot and let the ocean air hit my face. Down below, I can see the other resort building where they're staying. I can see one balcony light flick on. Probably Talia, probably still fuming, probably typing her version of the story into someone's DMs. My phone buzzes again. It's Mum. I let it ring until it stops. Then I open my messages and send one text into the group chat. Short enough that nobody can twist it into a fight. Clear enough that I won't forget what I said. "If you want me on trips, you book me a bed. If not, don't invite me." I mute the chat. I don't block them yet. I just mute it, because I'm not trying to punish anyone. I'm trying to breathe. Inside, the bed waits. Clean, quiet, mine. I shower until my skin is pink and the salt is gone. I put on the fluffy robe like it's armor. I climb into the sheets and stare at the ceiling for a long time, listening for knocks that don't come. The last thing I see before I fall asleep is my phone, lighting up one more time. Talia, trying again. I decline the call without hesitation. And the quiet victory isn't the penthouse, or the view, or the fact that security picked me over family. It's that for the first time in my life, I don't trade my dignity for peace.